Hello, my name is Julie Thompson, and I'm an insurance producer in Bellingham. I'm also a board member of the Bellingham Business Association, and I'm pleased to be this month's host for the Strictly Business presented by the Bellingham Business Association. The BBA is our local business organization which works towards supporting our local businesses as well as believing in giving back to the people and the community that we serve. Today's guests are Lauren from the Franklin YMCA and Michael Shain from Charles River Bank. Thank you,
Glad
Michael.
to be here.
Before speaking with our guests, I'd like to give you a brief recap of the last BBA meeting held on March 16th, and it was hosted by the Charles River Bank from the Bellingham branch. This was a networking meeting where everyone in attendance was allowed to spotlight our businesses and introduce ourselves to everyone there. It was catered by the Outback of Bellingham, and each BBA meeting is held on the third Wednesday of the month from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have it at a local business or we have it at a town facility, such as the library or the town hall. Meetings include a dinner, which is catered by a local restaurant, as well as networking opportunities for those who attend. Lauren, Michael, thank you both for being here today.
Glad to be here, a pleasure.
And taking advantage of our Strictly Business Spotlight. If I could start off by asking Lauren about the YMCA and what it is the YMCA brings to our community, especially us here right in Bellingham, right in the area.
Sure. Our YMCA is for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. And we're really committed to meeting the emerging needs in our community, whether that's through providing innovative programs or just adopting best practices to make those needs met or to meet those needs. And a lot of what people don't know is our YMCA will not turn anyone away regardless of their ability to pay.
Oh, okay.
So,
I didn't know that.
yeah, so people can go either visit our YMCA in Franklin, or you can go online to our website at www.hawkymca.org, and you can fill out our confidential scholarship form. It's our Reach Out for Youth and Families confidential form, so that they can then also experience our YMCA. So we don't want anyone to feel like they can't be part of our community.
What facilities are there? Once I come through the door, what will I see? What will I be able to take part of?
Sure. We have both fee-based and free opportunities for youth and families. So whether that's free fitness classes for kids, we really believe in sort of just that power of play and just almost recess-based classes in a safe environment. So we have those for ages 5 through 12. We do have different classes where people could experience gymnastics, dance, skill-based sports classes, swimming. So we do have an indoor and outdoor swimming pool. Which is which is really great. Sure. And we have tennis. We have a day camp program, as well as kiddie camp for the younger kids who might need a little bit of a shorter time, as well as childcare nursery programs. So both half day and full day childcare. So I mean, our Y really is a great place for families and
year-round childcare, or just during the summer?
Oh. Year-round childcare. We have a great childcare program. I actually get to teach nutrition lessons with them, so they're a lot of fun. We do have an indoor track, which is great, and so we definitely have a group of regular walkers that meet, and it's just really a great place to meet others and take part in small communities that we have, whether those are free book clubs or kind of meet and greet coffee hours. So, a great place to both be social and be active.
There's a lot more to our YMCA than one would think of.
I like working at the bank, but I think working at the YMCA is a lot more fun. Sure.
It is definitely fun.
I sense that, sure.
You can come do a training with me for a day.
Okay.
As a mother and being mothers in the community would want to know, when you touched upon the fact that you had programs for kids of our ages, middle school and elementary school, we can't take our children to the gym with us, but they too need that activity. So you have those activities there.
Absolutely. So we have the group fitness programs that are geared towards kids. So that really is that recess-based, come play, let's laugh, let's just have games in a safe space. But then for ages 10 to 12, because we do know that a lot of those middle school kids want to go to the wellness center where we have our weight equipment and cardio equipment, we have a program called Youth Strength Training, which is a very reasonably priced sign-up class, so that kids ages 10 to 12 can learn how to safely use the wellness area and are trained in that area. And once they're completed, they can then work out with their parents in that area. So it's a great opportunity for them to be involved and allow you to work out
together.
Yep.
I like it. I like
That's
it.
huge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now, Michael, Charles River Bank.
Not as exciting, but very important.
Absolutely important. I love the fact that it's the small community bank. It's your next door neighbor that's in the bank. It's your next door neighbor that's running the bank.
You're seeing people in the supermarket that give back to the community. I mean, here's what I say about community banks. I mean, I think a lot of people are tired of hearing about bailouts of large banks. They're tired about hearing about subprime loans that have gone bad. That's costing the taxpayer a lot of money, and unfortunately costing a lot of people their homes. So I think there's a return to basics. I mean, what is a community bank? People who live and work in the community, bank locally at a community bank, then the money is put in the bank, and then that money is lent out for mortgages, or it's lent out for commercial reasons, or in many cases, it's donated to various charities to support the community. So it's a win-win situation. It's a brick and mortar building, it's safe, it's secure, it's sound, it's been there a long time, it's gonna be there a long time, and it's just a nice asset if it's our branch in Bellingham or Mendon or Medway. We even have a branch inside Medway High School. Again, it's all about community and service, similar to the YMCA. I mean, their product is family fitness and health, and our product really is financial soundness, financial stability. I think people are looking for that local touch, that handshake, or even that person answering the phone, which all of our branches have.
Not they. You've reached
exactly.
Dial 3 for this one, 4 for that one. Right. It kind of reminds me of the program that we're doing with the WMRC Buy Local. And one of the things that really struck me was, and being in the community, living here in Bellingham, that I see, when there's an event, either for the BBA or for my child, going to the middle school or other, we can't go to the big banks and ask them for donations, or they want to see all of our tax forms, which of course, the mothers, we don't have those on us. But we can walk into the Charles River Bank, we can walk into the YMCA, and each time the both of you continue to give. How can you continue to give if people are utilizing the larger? Well,
you ask.
We need to come back to community.
You ask a great question, and certainly if you're in Bellingham or Medway or Mendon, and you have a Girl Scout program, or you have a softball team or soccer, you need sponsorship. Everything takes money. There's nothing's free. But a community bank like Charles River Bank understands our role in the community, and it understands one thing that we have to do to be a community bank is to give back to the community. So we can't give to everyone, but certainly I know we do a lot. We give what we can to help those who serve us.
That I see. That I definitely see. Lauren, could you tell me about I know because, again, my daughter's in the middle school, there's a recipe for healthy kids. The Bellingham Middle School, I think, is the only one in this area or in the state.
Yeah, so it's a really great program. It's called Recipe for Healthy Kids Challenge, and it was really a partnership between the Bellingham Food Service team, led under Jean Sheridan, and her staff, as well as the middle school students who were actually involved in hands-on cooking workshops and recipe creation, as well as Whole Foods Market in Bellingham. Chef Rodney Poles and their healthy eating specialist Karen Ring were involved, as well as our YMCA to be the community partner, and really apply for this this recipe challenge, where the kids helped us create a recipe. We did the workshop, we applied, and were selected in 2 categories. So across the country there are 15 semifinalists, and Bellingham is actually 2 of those.
Oh wow!
So it's a really exciting, exciting opportunity. Yes, we're really looking for, right now the popular vote is going on, so we really encourage everyone to go out and vote, and you can do that at www.recipeforhealthykids.org, I believe. And so we're in 2 categories, so it's important to vote for both.
And you can only vote once for both. I tried.
Right, yes.
The button again and again.
Yes, I've tried to go on multiple times. It doesn't work. But it's really exciting. And then if we're selected, right now we're awaiting USDA, who will actually come and see us prepare the recipe with the kids. And if we win, we get to take a team to Washington, D.C.
Of our kids from Bellingham.
Some kids and some of the team involved, and we'll get to go to Washington. So
That's
please
exciting.
vote.
Yes, please. That in conjunction with the Healthy Futures Initiative is where you're getting, I know, I've seen all the information come out, you know, emails come home, flyers with my daughter. What is that about the Healthy Futures and trying to get our kids more active?
Our Healthy Futures Initiative is our YMCA's approach to really address inactivity and poor nutrition in the 15 communities we serve. And so we definitely do that through community outreach. We know that we can't do it alone, so we have local task forces in all of our communities to really figure out what can we do about this. And we combine both prevention and intervention-based programs. So from a prevention point, our Healthy Futures Initiative really is looking at the schools and working very closely not only with the Bellingham schools, but also, you know, working with our other communities to look at school lunch, to look at wellness policies. How can we really make the healthy choice the easy choice for our kids? Because as much as I would love to say they're all going to pick the apple, if it's next to the candy bar, it might not win. So, you know.
Guilty.
Right, and so understanding that, you know, we know that we need to make it the easy choice. So also looking at partnering with our town. If we have more sidewalks and we can make walking easier, then we'll encourage people to, you know, to not drive everywhere. So really looking at the community at large, as well as prevention and intervention programs, partnering with our schools, with the library, with the town as a whole. So that's really, you know, we're committed to
what
really
a busy place the YMCA must be.
Now, are you coming out to the schools? Are we bringing the kids and the adult? Are we coming to the Y? How is this program? How does it work?
Yeah, so we do both.
Okay.
But we're really excited to be working with Bellingham this year because they're also in the process of applying for the Healthier U.S. School Challenge, which is one of the programs that really is being stamped by the Let's Move program from First Lady Michelle Obama.
Okay.
And so part of that, it's a distinction level if you apply and you can be recognized in different categories. And Bellingham is really committed to saying we want to meet these standards, both looking at physical activity in the schools, looking at the school lunch, and also looking at nutrition. So as part of our Healthy Futures Initiative, I'll actually be going and teaching all the kindergarten students in Bellingham and all of the third graders in Bellingham to make sure that they'll meet their components. So that'll be going on through the remainder of the year. So we're really excited about that.
Jumping jack, kids out in the parking lot.
Going to be seeing lots of fun stuff. And also support walking to school. So we are very excited. Stallbrook was one of the few, one of 25, I believe, to receive a mini grant. And it was a partnership with the town and Stallbrook Elementary and our YMCA to create a walking path around so that kids can safely walk to school, so that we're encouraging activity and not taking away from time on learning. So the walk to school events will be starting school soon as well.
That's a great idea. That's very nice. Sure.
So you guys are welcome to come join us.
Bikes, we went, you know, that's great.
Keep active, absolutely.
That's
Making good
great.
choices, good decisions.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Mike,
hello.
If I could ask about the mortgages and what's going on out there. I see these ads of, do you have to take advantage now? It's 5%.
You know,
I mean, is this...
You ask a good question, but I think there's some history here. I mean, years ago, 10, 12 years ago, mortgage brokers were in vogue. Everyone went to a mortgage broker. A mortgage broker is someone who originates loans and then sells them to somebody else, maybe a Wells Fargo, Bank of America, a large institution that warehouses and services loans. But what people found out is they can get a great rate and great service from their community bank. And so nowadays, because of what's happened, we spoke about bailout money, and we spoke about banks going out of business, large institutions like Wachovia and other institutions. I think people are again rediscovering, going back to basics, and finding out about the community bank. And right now, mortgage rates are low. People are buying homes, and I think this is very important. It goes like this. For people who have good credit, people who do have stable income, and people who do have even a small down payment, there really is a large supply of low-cost mortgage money available. It's always tragic when there's a foreclosure. No one wants to see somebody else lose their home. It's terrible for the family, for the community, for everyone. Saying that, though, there are a lot of foreclosures, and there are what's called a lot of short sales. People who are allowed to sell their homes for less than what they owe from their from their bank.
That's
what a short
okay.
sale is. Okay.
You keep on hearing the
Right.
buzzwords, but I never knew what they were.
Years ago, I've been doing this 25 years. It's only recently has the word, short sale been every other word almost in, about home purchases. But here's what I'm saying to you is that when someone loses their home due to foreclosure or asks for a short sale, it is an opportunity for someone else to get into a home that normally perhaps they couldn't have afforded. So sad to say, someone else's bad news, and there's a lot of it, is someone else's good news or an opportunity. And because their mortgage rates are low, and because there are mortgage programs out there that do allow for as low as a 3% down payment.
Wow.
We do a lot of mortgages with Mass Housing, which is a state agency. It is allowing a lot of people to discover home ownership, which 10, 12 years ago, they'd be priced out because the homes were so expensive. So for the bank, mortgage business is strong right now, number one, and because we service most of our own loans and we give back to the community and we're visible in the community, business for us, is strong. It could always be better, but it is strong right now. There is opportunity out there in the marketplace to purchase a home.
Wonderful. Well, I mentioned our March 16th meeting at your bank, and what a great facility
It is a very nice facility,
Cookies, coffee, the whole nine. Yeah, you feel like you're at home.
Well, I mean, every day when we come
home.
in, I don't think you want to hear this, but Otis Spunkmeyer.
Yes. What was I thinking? Cookies,
Otis
coffee.
Spunkmeyer cookies are baked fresh every day, with no carrots as a substitute next to them. I am afraid, and then coffee. So we want to make people,
Nice.
It's like a
Welcome.
home. There's also when you go in the branch, there's an area for children to play.
That's great. Right.
Children come in with their parents. They may have some banking to do or meet with someone about a loan or investments. So there's a nice, safe corner there with toys so the kids can play while the parents can conduct their banking business.
While we were there on the 16th of March for our meeting, Ann Sherry from your Medway branch had mentioned, and it kind of clicked off a bell in my head, that the new federal laws for the larger banks, what they're going to do for those who bank there, and what there's, your local community bank is not going to do. Could you tell us a little about that?
Many of the large national banks are very much fee-based. Fee-based. Once you get your statement to use their ATM or deposit some checks sometime, I mean, what they're hoping is this. They're hoping that you are so hooked into using them that they can raise their fees and you'll still stay with them. What we say is this, okay?
Not in today's economy, that's what they're thinking.
That's what the hope is. I'm not saying it's accurate.
Right.
That's what the hope is. What we're saying is there is an alternative. No matter where you live, there's a community bank somewhere that wants your business, that will work for your business, and wants a relationship, and it's going to be based on a relationship and not fee for everything. So my point is this: when you get your statement from your bank, look to see what the fees are, how are they charging you for these services, and then contact your local community bank, perhaps Charles River Bank, and see what we would charge, or I believe we have no fees, and save some money and put your funds in a bank that gives back to the community. But I always think that when you bank, it's a bit of an economic vote. When you put your money in a bank, you're saying, I support what this bank does in the community. What does Bank of America do in the community? Sometimes not a whole lot, or other large institutions, but it's documented what banks like Charles River Bank do for the community. So vote for us and give us an opportunity to be of service to you and your family.
One of the, if I could bring up the Michael Tewitt at your Bellingham branch.
Yes, he's our manager.
Gave out the brochures. And the one thing I noticed by going over the brochure that I've never seen in a larger bank, you have exactly what you get for each line of business, for your checking, for your savings, for your free. And then if there are any charges, this is what it is. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing that comes out later on after you've signed, after you've been in, after you get your statement. Everything with you is right. It's right there.
I often say the best surprise is no surprise.
Right.
So if you spell it up front, tell people what they're being involved in. Talk about the guidelines, and then let them make the informed decision. Very simple.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
It only makes common sense. But again, I think I said earlier, getting back to basics for banking.
You know, and for businesses, it's hard out there to try to make that dollar, so we really need to make that.
Yeah, and I think people should know also, even though we're a smaller bank, we do offer full service, you know, checking, savings, safety deposit boxes. We have investment services, insurance, and trust. So don't be fooled because we're not a large bank. It's really not the size of the bank, it's the quality of the people and the services they provide. And for most people, we do provide a very broad amount of services that will satisfy most consumers in most businesses as well.
Great, great. Can we talk a little bit, Lauren, about the summer programs? It's coming. We're 2 months away. There's some of our parents, like myself, are going, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Sign up today. We have a lot of great programs that go on at the Y in the summer, whether that is our traditional summer camp or Camp Wiggy. We do also have Camp Wiggy. We do have specialty camps as well as leadership opportunities for kids to be involved with so Leaders in Training, or our LIT program. So really trying to help kids kind of follow on a path and provide leadership trainings throughout the summer, as well as great opportunities to just be out and have fun. And
what do they do during the day? What do they?
Campers will do a little bit of everything, right? I mean, so that there's different blocks, so that they have swimming, so that they have games, so that hopefully this year we're going to also be incorporating our harvest project, so that they'll get some hands-on gardening experience,
wonderful,
which is really fun.
Wonderful.
Yep. So you know, archery, ropes. I mean, it's really kind of everything that you would imagine, a little bit of everything throughout the day, and that they'll be in their groups and kind of move through our Y. We do also have a great program called Teen Core, which really was, this will be the third summer offering it. And it's designed for high school students to provide hands-on work experience, because we know there are not as many opportunities out there to find a job today, but we want to make sure that they still have, you know, things to build their resume with, so that they have volunteer opportunities throughout our Y, so that we help them with designing and updating their resume. We do interview trainings and role playing, so that, you know, there's that classroom piece of the Teen Core program, as well as just volunteer opportunities in different departments. So that's a great opportunity for high school students.
Throughout the YMCA, and volunteering throughout the community. Is this something that?
Well, I think if there were other businesses that wanted to be involved, I'm sure they could.
You know, can I comment? I think it's a marvelous idea. I'll tell you why. I have 2 teenage sons who are now in college, and respectfully said, I do love them. They spend so much time in front of the computer or texting that I don't think they have the skills necessary for today's job market, especially talking like we're doing right now, because most of it's done behind a keyboard someplace or while walking, hopefully not driving. So I think teaching skills like that about how to connect, how to apply for a job, how to talk during a job interview, I think are great skills. I commend you fully for that, because I think it's a lost art form in many situations.
And it's hard because a lot of kids really are looking for work and they want to have a job, but they just don't exist. They're just not as available. So that's a great program for high school students to take advantage of, as well as just our still typical programs that happen throughout the summer, whether it's dance, gymnastics. We do have the garden program, swimming.
Do you want to join? I want to join. I want to come to the Wiggy. I want to be a Wiggy.
Come spend the day at our outdoor pool and just have family swim, so that there's just great opportunities for everyone to be involved.
And again, it's something, whether you have money, whether you're strapped a little bit because of the economy, we still get the opportunity to be involved.
For sure. We want to make sure that kids have the opportunity to experience camp. It's one of those memories that I think people carry with them. So
when does it start? Right after school starts?
Pretty much right. You know, the schools will probably end a little bit differently.
Is it all day? Is it a half day? Is it?
We do a full day.
Full day. Okay.
It's not an overnight, though. We might have a few overnight days sprinkled throughout the summer. It's a day program, day camp.
Great.
I mean, you're talking about the YMCA, and you said it correctly, during a tough economy, you know, it's nice to know that someone's there picking up the slack or helping, helping others when things are tough with family needs, really supporting the institution as a family. That's marvelous.
And I think, you said it being both community-based organization, that has to be our cause. We have to be willing to figure out how we can give back and what we can do to meet that need.
Yeah, I think need's even greater now.
True. Very true. Very true. Well, I want to thank the both of you for being here today.
Oh, it was our pleasure.
Thank you for telling us about Charles River Bank.
My pleasure.
YMCA. They're both great community active businesses. if I could just ask real quick, if you could tell me something that may surprise our viewers out there about you, about Lauren, what she does, about Mike a little bit, something that would throw us off a little.
Oh, that's an interesting
I know the last
one.
segment we had.
Good. Ladies first. Go ahead. I'm going to think about it. Go ahead.
Okay, so I guess maybe I'll connect it back to the work I'm doing with the Y, and that we have, as I mentioned, the nutrition lessons with the kids. So we actually do vermicomposting. So a lot of people might not be familiar with composting with worms. We do have worms at the Y that the kids play with, and we feed them. So vermicomposting is very fun, and the kids love it. And so I think that's something that people might not know. Worms.
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 Who knew? Who knew? Okay, something interesting about myself.
Yes.
There is a conception, there's a conception out there that that bankers golf, and I can tell you as I hear laughter that I am banking 25 years, and I golf once a year out of necessity.
Great. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Well, thank you both again for
you.
being here with us during the segment of Strictly Business, presented again by the BBA. The April meeting of the Bellingham Business Association will be held on the 20th of April. It's going to be hosted by the Bamboo Express, which is located right on North Main Street, right in the plaza behind the Dairy Queen. They're going to nicely cater and host both at once. And our guest speaker is going to be Dennis Frain from the town hall. He's going to give us up to date on what's the state of the town, what's going on with some of the reservoir water and things like that that's happening. And tell us more about what's happening within our town. But for more information about the Bellingham Business Association, please visit us at our website at www.bellinghambusinessassociation.org. We are always looking for new members, and we'd be pleased to discuss the membership with you and our organization with you. Thank you.